some members of the New Patriotic Party want the party to drop John Boydu as the General Secretary if really the party wants to break the 8. They are accusing Mr. Boydu of not being a people's person. Those members who have declared their support for Justin Kundia Frimpong to unseat John Boydu have been explaining why they're supporting him. Mausi Numon now reports.
Some aspirants of the NPP National Executive positions, including Justin Frimpong Kodria, Kech Jemfwa and Stephen Ntim, earlier Monday submitted their nomination forms for various positions at the party head office where their supporters had gathered. One position that will be keenly contested is a General Secretary position. Many believe the incumbent John Boydu will be given a run for his money by other contenders like Justin Frimpong Kodria. Some supporters of Mr. Frimpong Kodria told Joy News he is the only competent one for the General Secretary position.
Justice Kodria is for the youth. And you know, the youth need someone who will listen to us. And he is there for the youth. So we all give him our support. We don't even see him at the office for us to tell him our problem. But for Kodria, anywhere you see him, we have a nickname for him, Okumkom, because he always listens to us and do what we need for us.
He's the one who can support the youth. When they talk, he's the one listening to them. So that's why everybody, the women and the youth, we want to support him.
Also at the party headquarters were women organizers for the various constituencies who had come to support the incumbent national women's organizer, Kech Jemfwa. They spoke to Joy News.
She has been a strong pillar for the women's wing of our party. She has been a marvelous organizer of the women. She made the party attractive to women.
Kate is a mother. She's a mother for all. And since she became the women organizer, the women's wing has become something new altogether. Women has been given the chance, to also be part of the game.
Meanwhile, one of the aspirants for the chairmanship position, Stephen Ntim, reiterated his strategies for breaking the 8.
There are a lot of things that I would need to do as national chairman once voted into office. But I'm zeroing on one key aspect of it. That is the ability to rally the party behind and together so that we can prosecute the agenda of breaking the 8 for the New Patriotic Party in December 2024. We've gone through a series of elections from the grassroots, the very grassroots, polling station elections, electoral area coordinators elections, constituency elections, regional elections, and we are now warming up for the ultimate, which is the national elections, the election of all national officers of the party.
However, submission of forms is expected to end on Wednesday, June 15, 2022. Mausi Numon's report for Joy News.
And a lot of activities are happening, even as we speak, with more and more candidates filing officially to contest in that national elections. Well, one man is joining me in studio now, Inusah Kansa, who's the immediate past NPP UK branch chairperson. He is vying for the national vice chairmanship race. And it's a good time to be talking to you, Kuku.
Thank you very
Welcome
much.
back home. I guess it's fair to say that, right?
Oh, yes, I suppose it is.
I mean, what's driving you to move all the way from the UK and come to the headquarters, if I could use that?
Oh, first off, let me say, I think I could say hello to a few people who've been great in my life. So, first to the Almighty, of course, to my wife, and then to the President of the country, His Excellency, Chief of Staff, Kusia Fremose Opari, and the Vice President of the Republic, who's a very, very good friend of mine. What's driving me? Of course, you do politics externally, you do politics outside. One of the things you do is, of course, you're looking at your country and how the country goes forward, how it develops and how it takes the steps into progress and joining the nations who've also progressed and become great nations. So we do politics in the United Kingdom, but of course the epicenter of that politics is in this country. It's in Accra, or in Ghana for that matter. Right. So Of course, I finished over there. I thought, let's come over here. And then I know I've got more to offer to the country, to the party, to my people. So,
and what's interesting is the portfolio you're deciding to contest.
That's right.
The national vice chairmanship slot it's not always been the position that's in the spotlight, many people talking about, seeing visibly what the contribution has been. But why do you feel that this position is strategic towards the future gains of the NPP?
So there'll be 4 chairpersons, of course. 4 chairpersons. Of course, the chairman is the chairman, with the wide-ranging executive powers. And then you've got the 3 vice chairpersons. My view, of course, is it's a conservative party, and it needs to do the same conservative things that the Conservative Party in the United Kingdom is doing, i.e. assigning roles to the vice chairpersons to do. So when you look in our constitution, at the moment, the national vice chairman do not have particular roles.
Right.
They are given roles as the chairman sees fit and says, okay, you go and do this,
and then
you go and do that, you go and do that. I have a view. My view is, and of course, it needs to go through the highest decision-making body of the party, which is the National Annual Delegates Conference. But my view is maybe the first vice chairperson should take charge of fundraising and finance.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be specific, brief portfolios. And then the next one looks after welfare. Even though we've got a welfare committee, a sponsor from the chairmanship area would be a very great idea. And then the third one looks after members and retention. At the moment, I don't think we know all our members, the NPP membership. Of course, we know who voted for us, but we don't know who our membership are. So it is very strategic. I put it in the spotlight. And more especially, as in I think it was 2015, when we saw the change where we brought in Freddie Blair as the acting chairperson, it immediately highlighted how important it was to have vice chairmen who are very capable, focused, dedicated, active, and know what time it is.
Even before some of these changes happen, what's primary is about your contest, right?
Yes, it is.
For those who may say, well, he's been away, we don't know about him, what is Inusah Kansa bringing on board to change the narrative and to improve the fortunes of the NPP?
So some of the things we did, or we have done, are 4 times, is to travel, go outside, go and learn. You learn things over there, and then you come back and use it to improve your country. Because of course, ours is an emerging economy. Those economies are already developed. So there are things that we can always bring here to change or to make our society more better. Kansa lived in Ghana. I went to Osechichi in Kumasi. Didn't even go to Prempe or whatever,
But that's fine.
Yes, but I turned out all right, didn't I? Yeah, you see? Yeah. I live in Choko, or very close to Choko, Begbesa, yeah? So I'm one of those guys. And then I traveled, went out there to go and see what's going on there.
Elsewhere.
Came back. But one of the things that we've done is improving IT within the party, making sure we can capture data from all the ground up. So in the United Kingdom, we have chapters and then we have the branch. And we looked at that data so we can pick up who's a member, bring the whole thing together so we know who our members are. And if it's going down, we can tell this is what's going down. If it's going up, we can tell this is going up. Again, the passion is about youth unemployment. Article 2 of our party looks at the grave problem of youth unemployment and how we can reduce it. For those of us with connections abroad, we can also talk to our partners and to the external branches especially. Right now, it's key. And my commendations to all the external branches for such a wonderful camaraderie-ness that they've shown towards not just myself, but to the party, Emmanuel Atefa Danso, who's the Director of International Affairs. So what we're doing is we're looking at turning them into investment vehicles, so they can, rather than just adopting constituencies, sending money to...
You want to empower the base.
So we want to empower the base. Making sure there's investment in there so that it can also, the engine of growth is the private sector. So the over-reliance on public sector will probably go down considerably. So we can do this. So that's number 2. Look at women empowerment as well. Women empowerment is a strong thing for me. I want to see more women. All my kids are women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I live
Good luck to me then.
I live in a house of 4 women, 4 or 5. No, it's 5 women. So 3 girls, 3 wonderful girls, loving wife, and a fantastic mother-in-law. And they all pamper me. So why can't we have more women in the house? If we can have more women in the house, why can't we have more women in politics? I think the direction should start to change and it should start to look that way.
So I guess these are some of the issues that you'll be implementing.
Well, it's some of the things that I'm very passionate about, and I think we should be pushing.
For it.
So I'm here to support whoever becomes the National Women's Organizer, all the way down to the polling station Women's Organizer. I'm here to support the Youth Organizer.
But what's facing the New Patriotic Party going forward would be the elections itself.
That will be
you're seeking to break the 8. That's the theme of the party.
That's right.
Is that feasible? Looking at your performance over there.
Very, very. Well, what's wrong with our performance? Our performance.
Well, you tell
me. Our
me
performance is sterling under the circumstances. Our performance has been really sterling. I'll tell you what. If you look around the world, you could see leadership with severe challenges. In fact, it's that kind of time around this time where you probably don't want to be a leader, because it's very challenging. Because all the conventional things that we knew about that you can apply and bring to leadership are being challenged. They're thrown overboard. And so the conventions that we knew, do it this way, it would work, do it that way, it would work. It doesn't work in anymore. So those at the helm at first are really doing really well. They're doing really well. New Patriotic Party, no doubt, is doing very well. But we can do better, of course. Of course, there's room for improvement. There isn't any alternative. We talk about political parties in Ghana. It is the New Patriotic Party.
Well, you're confident, which any other political party would do going into a contest. But what's also crucial is also closing your ranks, the faults and divisions before the main contest. And one of the critical steps towards that will be the very final stage of reorganization, which is the election of your flag bearers or flag bearer for the party going into the 2024 elections. Some say it's beginning to creep in even into this context that we're seeing for persons vying to become national officers of the party. That's dangerous to the NPP, isn't it?
It's not dangerous at all. We're all political animals. We're looking at how politics can improve our society, and of course our continent and probably our lives in general, or in particular, depending on which side of the argument you're on. It's natural for these wonderful things going on to creep back into even the polling station elections and the rest. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Back in the days we had the Blairites and the Brownites. I don't know if you remember this. And then Cameron came in, and then he came in with his, there were oldies, and then, so you get that all the time. What we should not be encouraging are probably insults and the name calling and the finger pointing and the rest of it, which is not happening at the moment. Everyone's decently doing their campaigning.
You think so?
I believe so. I'm at the epicenter of it. I can see it. Of course you get followers every now and then, they come out and then youthful exuberance, they might say things, call people names, but everyone has their choices. And at the end of the day, it's only one person that will become the flag bearer, followed by a running mate. And then eventually, I know we're breaking the 8, so that person will become the president on January 7th, 2025.
Are you aligned yourself?
I am not aligned. I am a national, I'm an aspiring national officer. I'm an aspiring
That's all of you, I mean, what all of you have been telling us. I'm not aligned. But
well, I'm not aligned.
The fact is, it appears almost every candidate is aligned, isn't it?
Well, it doesn't appear so. I don't know, but I don't know about the others. But personally, Derek Kansa, I'm not aligned. I am looking at it this way: each one of us is possible to become a flag bearer, and if they eventually become the president, for me, the good thing will be giving everyone the chance, the opportunity to appear before people, and for me as well, I'm looking for someone who's hungry, because power belongs not to the able, but to the hungry. I want someone who's hungry, who can take us into the 9th year and beyond. And so while we're all capable and able, I want a hungry person. We're yet to see one, but we're working.
Anyway, we need to go, but what's your final message to some of the delegates and persons across the country who may be watching us now?
So what I'd say to the delegates is, let's focus on me. I want to be vice chairman. I want to be national vice chairman. I want to help my party to grow. I'm for the youth, I'm for the women, I'm for the grassroots, and I'm also for the external branches. And I want to make sure that we grow, we stay in power for much longer, so that we can fix this country, fix the issues, and be able to, give our economy, make sure our economy goes beyond the aid, so we can have a proper and better Ghana.
Well,
and that's me.
I'm grateful. Inusah Kansa there, vying for the national vice chairmanship role of the New Patriotic Party. You're still here with us on the Joy News channel. This is The Pulse. We're back shortly after this break.